Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise here on Nile TV International, coming to you away from a special place here on the banks of the Nile River on this beautiful spring day. Our topic here will be mental health and psychological support, a key and sensitive issue. Many people consider psychological health issues a stigma. They don't want to talk about their problems, and this does not help them at all, and in fact could lead to those suffering from such conditions to marginalization and further disorders. So care for the psychological well-being of every person is important, and it ensures that they live in a stable and healthy a lifestyle built upon societal connections and education. An initiative has been launched here in Egypt for mental health and psychological support. It focuses on raising awareness on mental health issues, especially the ones aggravated by the latest COVID-19 pandemic and tough economic conditions, and on supporting the mental health status of society, especially youth. And we have the great pleasure to host with us here Mr. Ahmed Sabry, who is a vice president of an association that wants to take care of such important issues of mental health and psychological support. That association is called ENSA, that's ENSAA, the Egyptian National Student Association, Alumni Association. Thank you very much, Mr. Sabry, for joining us.
Thank you, and thank you for this great host, and thank you for invitation to speak about our association.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for having such an initiative, an important initiative, I would guess. So talk to us more about that very important initiative tasked with taking care of the psychological status, the mental health status and psychological support.
Okay, our story began in 2009. We was just a group of nursing students. We established an association which is called ENSA, Egyptian Nursing Student and Alumni Association. We started in Egyptian University. Then in 2016, we add a new sector to us, which is called Nova's Nurse Sector. Nova's Nurse Sector focus on fresh graduate. So can we communicate with nursing student and fresh graduate in nursing. Finally, in 2020, we have the accreditation from the Ministry of Social Solidarity, and we become an NGO with the registered number 3593 for 2020. As any association, we have our mission and our vision, and we have a scope of service to achieve our mission. Our mission is focused on how to empower the nurses to lead the nursing development and community welfare. So we have nursing training, we have community awareness, we have public health awareness and public health campaign. Mental health program, it's one of our program we worked in. We started the mental health program after directly we start COVID awareness program. As you know, in the late of 2020, we have a pandemic of COVID-19. So we'll start our project to provide awareness and correct awareness to the community and people in community. So we communicate with the National Council of Population, and we established an Egyptian Youth Initiative, which we started to spread awareness in community. We start with training around 30 nursing youth, which we call later on a nursing ambassador. We train them on how to separate the community health education in correct way. Then we have, as you know, in Egypt nowadays, we speak about digital transformation. So we use e-learning and the electronic platform to publish and spare more videos about health education and how to give right health education about COVID in the community and the street and every way. After that, we see that everyone catch COVID infection. Look like at stigma, which is something it's not correct. It's something it's mistake, and its effect on mental health for both health worker and the people in community. So we establish our health, mental health program to enhance and promote mental health for both nursing staff, which is part of health worker, and for community and the people. This project was participated by WHO, World Health Organization. We have a training in field from the trainers from WHO. We will be trained, well educated, well certificated enough to train our colleague how to transfer this information to our colleague, then transfer it to people in the community. So we do something like peer educator. Every one of this peer educator train our nursing youth from different governments how to give health information correctly. We start with 30 nursing youth receive this training, and finally end with more than 4,000 nursing youth have training about mental health and how to give mental health support correctly.
Are more people coming forward to you, to your NGO, to talk about their mental health issues? Has the awareness been risen to a degree high enough that people now are not afraid to talk about their mental health issues?
Yeah, once we finish the second step of this project, we open an online counseling service. So anyone has a problem of mental health can communicate with us, and we forward him how to deal with it, how to deal with it by himself or by go to a physician. So many people can come over this stigma. Many people know now what is very important to be aware of your mental health, and if you feel anything is not correct, directly go to your physician.
Right. I guess that mental health soundness is key to success in any field, right?
Yeah.
What about special programs? Do you have special programs for the youth, for youth mental health issues?
Yeah, we have a special program for them, which is focused on how to treat their psychological problem that face due to overload in working. As you know, from the COVID pandemic until now, it was very stressful environment in hospitals, and it stressful environment how to deal with infection. What will happen if I get infection? What will happen if I pass this infection to my parents in home? So the nursing health worker have a stress. We deal with stress. If you deal with stress, you can provide more better service because you can't work correctly and perfectly if you are under stress.
How do you assess, Mr. Sabry, your success or the goals that you have achieved and the goals that you haven't so far? I mean, do you have a way of measuring your performance as an association, and how do you do that?
Yeah, we have one. We have two systems. One for our trainers and another for the community. For our trainer, we have KPI, key performance indicator. So we have pre-test for our trainee before starting our program to assess the initial and baseline information for him. Then after we have the content for program and have the training, we do the post-test to see the difference between the pre-test and the post-test and how we can and what we achieved by our content and by our training. This is for our trainer and our members. But for the community, we have something else which is called like statistic. We have a statistic for how is mental health program or mental health disorder in this community. Like for example, if you work in government, So we thought to official statistic about mental health disorder in these governments, keep it, and perform our health education campaign, mental health campaign, how provide our service. After all of that, we reassess the statistic. So what is the difference between initial statistic and the end statistic after our campaigns?
Right, and Mr. Sabry, we talked about special programs that you have for the youth. What about the elder generations? Are you in communication with them? Do they communicate with your association?
Yes, in our evaluation, it's INSA, we Egyptian Nursing Student, and alumni. Alumni is included elder generation, both of student, nursing staff, or health worker, or community, as we service community at the end. So we have health program, especially for elder. We have now leadership program to provide leadership tips and leadership content for the elder to provide, to help him how to be more qualified in community, how to be more qualified in their hospital and their work.
The people who reach out to you, are they mostly youngsters or from elder generations? Are they mostly males or females? Can you talk to us about the statistics that you have?
Yeah. Mostly our people of reach us are young youth, because we are focused on young youth nursing and the young youth student. More of them are female, because as you know, nursing is ephemeral with females nurse, more male nurse. But we have enough and a good number also of both of male nurses and of elder people.
Yeah, that's as far as your team is concerned,
Yeah.
right? Volunteers, all volunteers? Or?
All volunteers. We have more than 1,000 volunteers. We have a combination of young nurse, elder nurse, male and female nurses.
Yeah. What about people from the community that want to reach out to you? Are they mostly males or females, youngsters, or from elder generations?
From the community, most of them are young male, young females.
Also.
People.
Okay.
Yeah, young females.
Okay. So how far does volunteering, in your view, Mr. Sabry, help reach Egypt's Vision 2030? Help Egypt to reach its 2030 vision? Volunteering.
Okay, in Egypt, Vision 2030, there are many important topics such as good health and leadership for youth. We have both program. We have good health program which focus on how to promote the health, not prevent the disease. The good health is meaning how to promote current health, not wait to be disease and prevent this disease, promotion the health. The second program is about leadership. We focus on provide new skills in leadership for both for the elder nursing and hospital supervisor and in charge nurses, and both in youth nursing staff. Because when you have leadership tips, leadership information, leadership training in your young, you will grow up with concept of leadership and how can lead a group and they can lead a success. I think this two topic related to Egypt Vision 2030, which focus on leadership for youth and for health well for community.
Great. We commend your efforts, Mr. Sabry. On behalf of you, dear viewers, we thank very much Mr. Ahmed Sabry, the INSA Vice President. INSA is the Egyptian Nursing Students Alumni Association. Thank you very much and good luck with your great efforts.
Thank you for this conversation.
Thank you, sir. Dear viewers, please stay with us. Nile Cruise will resume very soon.